leather gloves, we're slapping in hands. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. Who's chasing the beer that circle the lips? Play ball, play ball. Roll up the bases and smack it right over the wall.
Play ball.
Play ball.
Here on Strong Television Paradise Studios in beautiful Massapequa, New York, right by the train station, Chinese restaurant, and there's a little Italian place over here. My co-host tonight, Pavlina Osta.
Hey, John, how you doing?
I'm always excited to have you on.
Thank you. I'm always excited to come on. I love coming to you guys. You guys are funny. I love it.
I believe you too. I believe that you like to come on. I see it in you. We always have fun, but you are in a completely different bubble, different world than the old fart here. You know what I mean? So I love hearing about your world and you bringing that world to my viewers. It's really cool. So we always love to have you.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad to be here. I love coming on. Love talking to you guys. It's always a good time. So I love it.
Well, now let's say first of all, our main sponsor, our big sponsor. We are brought to you by Barish and McGarry, lawyers for the 9/11 community. Barish and McGarry. We'll play their commercial later. Wonderful people. Michael Barish, a big supporter of Laughter Saves Lives and the FDNY. So, Pavlina, what are you up to? Like, what are you doing now? You're putting these really cool pictures on Facebook, right? You're dressed in these beautiful outfits, and you put these statements on there that it's like I have to read it like 4 times and go, I think I get it, because I'm not as smart as you. So what are you doing now?
Okay, so basically I still work on a national radio show in the mornings, and then the rest of the day I spend working on my own stuff. I have a podcast, If God Had a Podcast, where I talk about a better you for a better us. And that's basically just a lot of self-improvement, a lot of, shadow work and deep diving into yourself to like improve yourself and wellness in general. And then I've been working on promoting my book, doing different interviews for that. My book, 20 Things Every Motivated 20-something Should Know, came out in July, I think.
A few months ago. You should do another book.
Again, it was a lot of work, John. Okay,
let me tell you what the book is, because it's needed. 3 things somebody my age should know, because that's all we remember is about 3 things. 20 of them, 17 of them. So 3 things a 62-year-old should know.
I'll have to talk to some of you guys and see what's going on, because like 20-somethings, I know what they need. You know what I mean? Especially like the motivated entrepreneur ones. I'm like, okay, I know the stuff that you're going through, but we'll work on that, John. We should work on it together. We'll co-write it.
I would love that. I have a great question I wanted to ask you, and I thought about it on the way in. I am big on finances for retirement, planning for retirement.
Right.
And when I was your age, that was not on my mind at all. And if it was on my mind, I could probably retire tomorrow and not work another day in my life if I planned properly.
Right.
All right. My daughter is 20. Oh my God. Let's say 26. I'm wrong. Somewhere around there. And she's just starting to save because I forced her to set up an account.
Right.
Is this something that you talk about with 20-somethings? Because it's an important topic.
It is. Okay, so really quick, because my book is a little further away from me. This is the book.
Right.
I'll have, I think, 2 different chapters about adulting and money management, what to do when you're like in debt, how to like take care of, the student loans, all of that stuff. Yeah, like even because it's amazing to me, like when I moved, to New York City on my own when I was 18. I didn't know how to do laundry, let alone, and I definitely didn't know how to write a check, so I go into all of that and like the importance of financial security and like planning for your retirement and all of that stuff. I definitely discuss it in the book.
I'm talking about taking $100 out of your paycheck and putting it in an IRA.
Yes.
Because what I'm amazed about is my wife didn't have that.
Right.
And I was the one that talked her into it. And now the amount of money that she has in there now, because I forced her to start doing that years ago, it builds. It
really does.
So good. I'm glad.
I love it. I have like financial advisors that help me with my personal finances. But it's so important. And especially with millennials and Gen Zs, like today, they are mostly millennials are really buried in student debt. They're not doing great financially. So, they're the ones that really need to get on it and, figure out their financial planning because they're having quite a few money issues.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What is there anything out there? Like if I said, Pavlina, give me one thing. Let's say I didn't know what I was doing with my daughter's finances. And I don't. I had to talk to an expert. I know a little bit. What would be the first thing you would tell a 20-something? You're coming out of college. Would it be refinance your student loans?
Refinancing your student loans, creating a budget, I think is like the first thing. That's something I did. I was just kind of like, okay, how much money do I have coming in? What needs to get paid? And then what do I need for like living? You know what I mean? Like creating a budget would probably be like the first thing. And then I would go into, okay, how can we refinance the school stuff? Do we have other bills that we need to pay? You know what I mean? Like that, and then kind of go through it that way,
Excellent.
I could be wrong, but that's what I do,
The way that I used to budget was I didn't want to know when I had to write down my expenses and my income. Right. It was scary at times.
It can be.
I want to write it down because my attitude was, which is really stupid, was if I write everything down, then God can't help me because then the numbers are there. So if I don't know the numbers, God can help me.
Right. I know. I mean, ignorance is bliss. It's beautiful. We love that.
Not too smart.
Now there's apps that you can get. And like, honestly, I would recommend Truebill, I believe is what it's called. It's amazing. It like categorizes everything. It updates you on when you have like subscription payments. Like it's the best way to be. It even cancels certain things for you. So like, I feel like money management these days is so much easier than ever before. You don't even have to write it down.
It can be. I always love when people say, this is easy. It's easy. It's easy. It's easy if you know what you're doing, right?
It's true.
So what is another one thing that a 20-something can do to cut down on their expenses?
Ooh. Okay, this is what my dad taught me. Like he used to tell me this pretty early.
And here's what's scary. Is your dad is probably 20 years younger than me.
He's in his 60s, I think.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
Oh, he's an old guy too. All right. So he's an old gizzard too. So one thing that you can do, Pavlina, let's look at you. And you say, you know what, John? I haven't been doing this good. I'm going to be better at this.
Okay, well, to answer your first question of what most 20-something should do to like cut down on,
right?
Stop going to Starbucks. Make the coffee at home. That's what my dad always told me. He was like, just make the coffee at home. It's not that different in taste. And I'm like, I don't really know, sure. And it saves you $5 a day. Like it's amazing. That alone has saved me so much money because you don't just get a coffee, then you get a sandwich and then you get a cake pop. You know what I mean? Like you just want to buy all this other stuff.
Smart.
Next thing you know, it's a $30 order. It's ridiculous. So that's the first thing. Stop going to Starbucks or any other expensive coffee chain. I don't know. And then what I personally should probably do as far as like my finances, I mean, I guess I could budget my food better. Like I'll buy groceries, but then I'll also go out with friends. You know what I mean? So I feel like that budgeting process could probably be better. Right. And I also go to a lot of fitness classes. So, and like, I just like to drop in to different ones.
But that's for your health.
This is true. I mean, I have a gym membership. I could just go to the gym instead of like spending $100 for like a private lesson at like some elite gym. I don't know. I just find that fun though, so that's my personal finance.
I only charge 50. I just bought the heavy rope You know the heavy road?
Oh, yeah.
I got it in my backyard. So here's, because I don't want to go back to the gym yet. I'm still twitching about going to the gym. Even though I'm double vaxxed up, I'm still.
Oh, nice.
So if I want to do like a quick workout, I'll go outside, I'll stretch, I'll run up and down the block a little bit, then I'll take my ropes.
Yeah. Squat low, go fast.
That is hard. That is exhausting.
Especially when you're like in a low squat, like
yes,
you're basically sitting on a chair kind of deal and you're going fast. That's like a full body.
Yes.
It's amazing. It's beautiful. We love it.
And then I guess you would say, well, John, that's why you look so good, because you do those workouts.
You look
That's
amazing.
The next
John.
thing, yeah, I thought so. But yeah, you know, during these times when we were in the house a lot, doing physical stuff
Hard.
for the mental is so important.
This is where I worked out all of quarantine, like my apartment. And I would have, my TV is right here.
Right.
I would have like workout classes on the TV, and I ordered some weights. I did all my workout craziness. Like New York was such a mess during COVID. You know, my whole family's from Florida, so to like see them basically like not care about COVID and like them still not wearing masks, all of that stuff. I was jealous, you know, I was jealous, but especially for the mental, COVID broke a lot of people, you know, mentally.
Absolutely. But it didn't break us.
No, it didn't. We are strong.
We were the strong ones.
Yes.
I tell you what we're going to do. Let's break for a commercial. Bobby, you ready for a commercial?
Not a commercial. Not a commercial. Let's bring in Janlin first, and then go to commercial.
I thought you were going to text me.
I did text you. I've been texting you.
Oh, all right. We're going to bring Janlin in. The Wizard of Oz just came in. Pay no attention to that name behind the curtain. It's Janlin Scalzo.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Pavlina.
Oh, hey. Nice to meet you too.
Pavlina Osta like pasta. Pavlina Osta. Janlin holds a special place in my heart, if you don't mind me saying, Janlin. For those of you who don't know Janlin, Janlin's husband used to work with me in Hazmat 1, FDNY, and he was lost on 9/11. And Janlin and I and her children, I would say, have kept in touch pretty much since. Mm-hmm. You know, we don't talk all the time, but they're one of the families that I just love. They're awesome people. And we just found out, Janlin, that where is your daughter going to school, to college?
Well, which one? I have 4 children, and I would love to get your book because my 2 younger ones are in their 20s, so I definitely want to get a copy.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
My middle daughter is going to University of Virginia, UVA, for her graduate degree in education.
Right.
And my youngest daughter is going to Trinity College in Dublin for medical school.
Awesome.
Oh, that is so cool.
Wouldn't your dad be so proud of her? I just keep thinking of that. Now, who was the one that I helped get the internship for?
I think Juliet.
The one that's going to medical school?
Yes. Yes.
So does that mean that, like, if I need an operation in 10 years or whatever, I get a Frio?
Well, I don't know that she's going to be a surgeon. In fact, though, it was funny. She currently works for City MD, and tragically, a gentleman came in today and had an accident, and I hope I'm allowed to say this, and he thought he needed some stitches. He was on a construction site, and he was actually missing a finger and was unaware of it.
Oh, geez.
And she said to me, you know, in handling this and responding to this, I know it's my calling. And I knew my husband would just be like beaming. He's probably bragging up there, right, John?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's so sweet.
So
I know I'm beaming. And it's not even my child. Just like my daughter who's a psych nurse now, and sometimes I hear her, she'll video call us from work, and I hear her talking to the patients, and I'm like, oh man, I am so proud of her. Just the way that she deals with people and talks to these people that are by themselves, that are old, that are senile, and she has got it down. She's just a sweetheart to them, and she just is horrible to me. No, she's not. No, she's not. So we're doing a fundraiser with you guys from the Lions Club. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, with the pandemic, it's been very difficult for charities to raise funds since there's no, in-person get-togethers. So John helped us put together a comedy show, and for people to rent it at home and, help themselves to all their beverages and food in their own refrigerator. And hopefully we raised, we continue to raise. We're still utilizing the comedy show funds for charities. We have a lot of people that need the food pantry at this time, and my passion is our vision screening program. And we go into preschools, areas that are challenged financially. They don't have prenatal care, etc. And we have this very incredible camera that locks into the pupil of a student's eyes, and it reflects off the back of the eye, and it flags the child for vision issues, way before a child is able to tell you they can't see. And I used to be a teacher, and I was also a technology teacher. So it kind of brings together everything for me. I love volunteering. That's all of the Lions are volunteers. In fact, we just had Lions Day at the UN this past 10th, and we had 6,000 participants, 140 countries virtually. Wow. And to be part of that, and everybody coming globally to make this world a better place is amazing. It really was amazing. And they actually asked me to speak again, which I was shocked, this wonderful New York accent. I think the first time would have been enough.
What accent?
So,
good stuff.
The comedy show is really funny. And the great thing is it's there virtually. So you can run it back. You can watch it at your own time. And
we have a link. I think the flyer's on the website. Melville Lions Club. If it's not there, whatever, just email Jalen or myself. We're still trying to sell more tickets. What are the tickets? $25, right?
$25.
$25 to see me, make you laugh. We have Rich Walker. We have Mary Kennedy, right, from LA. Jim Delakis from a cabin somewhere in Pennsylvania where he's been quarantined. Nobody knows where Jim is, but he zoomed in and did some time. It's a fun show.
It's a fun show. It's a fun show. So
now, Jalen, if you don't mind, now we'll go to commercial unless the Wizard of Oz pops up, and we'll come back with Anson Williams. Jalen, stay on the screen because I want you to you're going to ask him one question or two, and then we're going to get a picture. You're going to take a picture of you two on the screen?
You're going to take a picture.
I'm going to take the picture. Yeah. Butch, can you take the picture? Just shake yes. Butch will take the picture. We'll send it to you. All right, we'll be right back with the man, Anson Williams.
My name is Dr. Timothy Coakley. I'm a board-certified emergency medicine physician who proudly served the United States Navy for 30 years. After I retired, I became a systems medical director for several emergency departments. Recently, I've been evaluating a life-saving technology called LifeVac. It is a non-powered, non-invasive suction device that can aid in a choking tragedy. I found it 100% effective, easy to use, and no adverse side effects. Choking is the leading cause of accidental death worldwide. 5,000 people choke to death every year. A child will choke to death once every 5 days. This life-saving technology needs to be in every home, school, restaurant, ambulance, and emergency department. Protect your family from a choking tragedy. Learn more at www.lifevac.net.
Get a life back. Everybody get a life back. They've saved lives, those life backs. So we're back. Anson Williams, thank you so much for joining us again.
Oh, you bet. Thank you for having me on. You guys are great.
Usually, Anson, what happens is when somebody's on once, they don't want any piece of us again. So we're very happy you came back.
Well, that says a lot about my character. So.
Yes, you're a brave soul, Anson. You're a brave soul.
I'm telling you.
Janlin, I asked Janlin to ask you a question, and then what we're going to do, Pavlina, is Bobby's going to take us both off the screen, and Butch is going to take a picture of Anson and Janlin, and then we're going to dump Janlin.
Wait,
Okay.
hang on.
Then we're going to dump him. So, Janlin, you prepared this awesome question.
I did.
Let's
did.
hear it.
Right.
I asked, and may I say, you're one of my favorite characters on Happy Days.
Oh, sweet.
So I asked my daughters what would they ask, and I went really going to sneak in another one, but they wanted me to ask you, what was the one question that you wish interviewers would ask you more often?
Wow. That's the first time I've ever been asked that question. And that's that came up from your daughters?
Yes. Yep. I have some smart kids, luckily.
Yes, they are. That's a really deep question. It really is. It's like, gosh, it's a broader question. I wish they'd ask less questions about me and more questions that maybe I could answer that's about you, that inspires other people. Because to me, as a performer or a writer, director, we're storytellers to laugh, to inspire, and that's our job. Our job, it's not about us, it's about you. It really is. It's about you, the audience. It's about you, making you feel better, laugh, feel better, positive, hope, all those things. That's our gift, and that's our responsibility. So I wish they'd ask more questions in that direction, where it's not on me. It's more like, oh my God, I can actually answer something that inspires who's looking, who's watching. I want you to feel better about who they are and what they have, and hope for the future. Whatever, more than details about the red carpet event or something.
Well, that leads into the next question.
Okay.
What have you found since then in your life that has been the most gratifying or enriching of projects that you have, endeavored and invested in?
It's so interesting because you're brought up in the world, and no one tells you what you have. No one tells you what you have. Everybody tells you what you don't have. And if I'm a star, if I become on television, and I was lucky enough to be this, young number, literally a number in the world, lower middle class. Anything you wanted in life other than food on the table or a room to live in, you had to earn. You had to go out and get, at 9 years old, literally get out and figure out how to make some money for yourself. And what I found out through everything I've been through, it takes you back. The basics are everything. That tree in the back, climbing the tree in the yard means more now than it did. It's like I know how important it is, and how important family is, and how important the basis of living is, and how I had more than I thought I had. And it's been a huge education to go back and really let people know, no, you have a lot, you have so much, but no one's inspiring that. No, everyone's making you look at what you don't have, not what you have. You have so much more than you realize. So much more opportunity than you realize.
Janlin does have
that's not funny, but
Janlin has very smart kids. I know that for a fact. And I'm going to follow with a perfect question that is very deep also, and a great question. What's your favorite color? No, I'm kidding. We're going to say goodnight to Janlin.
Hey, by the way, God bless, man. It's so nice meeting you.
Thank you, same.
And give a hug to your kids from me, okay?
I definitely will.
And please tell them how smart they are, how insightful they are. And I've had a lot of questions asked through the years. Never that. Let them know that.
It's funny. You really hit on the nail. The kids today are always told what they're not instead of what they have.
Yes.
And since even losing, my husband, I would always say to friends, how lucky am I that the more people around my table, the more blessed I am. And
you are. And society will really put you on the merry-go-round and screw you up. And they make up things that are important. They make things up that are important. Yep. And they're not. Honestly, they're not. And as you go through life and you go through experiences, you realize, wow, I had everything, and you go, well, thank God I didn't lose it, because they're not directing you toward the important things. They're directing you to everything that's icing. No one's directing you to the cake, to the real life experience. And you know, God bless. I'm so sorry for your loss, but you know what I'm talking about. And it seems like your children have connected to that. There's a depth to them. There's a depth to their question. I just as an instant, I can just feel the depth of your kids, and it's wonderful. And you know, your husband lives through that. It's onward and upward. Yes. He's still here. He's still here through you and through your children, and it's going to progress for generations. You keep that going. Keep it going. To their kids and their grandkids and the grandkids. Just keep it going, man.
I'll tell you, my grandson was born on 9/9/2011.
Wow.
9/9/11. So another blessing from heaven. But it was wonderful to meet you.
Nice meeting you
so much. And thank you, John.
All right, Jalen, I'll see you soon, sweetie.
Okay.
God bless.
All right, good night.
Bye-bye.
Good night. You know, they bring up a good point. I had my grandson.
I'm crying here. I'm like, geez.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You guys are amazing. I love those questions. I love your answers. You know, it's not often that you are able to get like deep, thoughtful, thought out questions and answers in an interview. You know what I mean? Like a lot of like, you know, you can aim for that, but it's a two-way street, and that was wonderful to listen to. Thank you.
You know, you said something there, Anson. You said something about, you know, we tell kids what they're not.
Yeah.
I took my 5-year-old grandson down to the park today, and I found a little tennis racket. It's probably a racquetball racket. Yeah. And he doesn't play any sports yet. And, you know, I'm trying to get him to play. Not push, you know, you got to push him a little bit, but not. Yeah. So I said, let's try tennis. So I brought him to the handball courts, and I bounced the ball to him, and he swung the racket about 60 times, and he hit the ball twice. And every time he swung, I said, good swing, Goose. Good swing. You know, what a good swing. Positive, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So, and that's just a simple case. But I have a question for you. Then I'm turning over to Pavlina because I know she's. I was thinking of this. Let's say I don't know Anson Williams. I don't know who the frig you are, right?
Right.
And we're in the supermarket, and I bump into you, and I go, "Hey, buddy, how you doing? Oh, what's going on? How's weather? Oh, yeah, blah blah blah." And we kind of go out afterwards and have a little something to eat. And I say, "Hey, Anson, what do you like to do? Let's do something tomorrow night. What would you like to do? Just have a little fun, whatever. What would be something that you would say, you know what? He seems like a cool guy. Let's do this."
Gosh, that's another good question. Gosh, I'm a really kind of tactile, basic guy.
Yeah.
If I really connected with you.
Oh, you would. I'm a nice guy. I'm good.
Yeah, if I connect and went, you know, I'd really like to. To me, it's. I love good friends, really good friends, varied friends, and numerous. I don't care about your occupations. I just care about your heart, and everybody gains something from everybody. There's an it factor to people, an it factor of like, ooh, you know, it's just something there that just hit my chemistry. That's just like makes me feel better about me. So I'd want to invite you to. I don't know if it'd be the next night, but I'd want you to come into this group. I'd want you to be part of my life in friendship.
You know what I find, Anson, and I do this all the time. I love people. I love Pavlina, not because she's young and beautiful. She's in a different world than me. I said this to her before we came on the air, I think. We weren't on the air yet. She's in a different bubble than I am. I'm in Long Island. I got a family. I'm teaching nationally and doing my comedy. She's in a whole different, interesting world than I am. And I love talking to her and phone. But I find that when I meet somebody, it could be a maintenance guy. It could be anyone. And I talk to somebody where I'm not trying to get something from them. I don't need anything. They don't need anything from me. It's just two people talking. I walk away from that and I feel like I just got something good. Does that make any sense? It feels good.
It's called human connection.
Yeah.
It's called friendship. It's who we are. As an animal kingdom, we want to relate. We want to connect. and there's you feel better because there's an energy that someone's contributing to you to make you even just without even knowing it.
Right.
I'll tell you, the most important people in terms of inspiring and progressing my life, really, we're so far away from rich people or stars or anything. I mean, one of the most important people in my life was an African American janitor who I was his assistant janitor in high school. Willie Turner. He was 50-some years old, a functioning alcoholic, went through so much in his life, but yet very functional and not well educated. He was a prophet. He connected with my heart, and he called the janitorial room the talk room, and he would have 2 oil drum cans in there. That's where he sat, and he talked to me, not at me. And with my upbringing, I had a father who went through World War II. If you can even imagine, 2 Purple Hearts, Battle of the Bulge, liberating Auschwitz. I mean, don't even get me.
Wow.
And you have this man come into this. It was a pretty hard life growing up with, someone who's been through so much. So I wasn't a kid with a lot of confidence. It's pretty much I thought if I woke up, I did something wrong, And Willie Turner, this African American prophet, was the first person to talk to me, not at me. Right. And by the time I was 15 years old, by the time I finished that job, I was
freezing up a little bit. What do you think? We should go to commercial, Bob?
Oh, there we are.
Oh, there we are.
No, we're back. Are we back?
Right. We're back. You know what? I'm going to have Pavlina ask you. I'm sure you have a question or two you wanted to ask.
I do. Yeah. Okay. So no, you're so good. I loved hearing your story about because that's so important. I think a lot of kids need someone in order to talk to them. I think a lot of times parents can talk at us, and
yeah, they do. But the thing is, what people have to realize is, the people, that person, that individual, whatever, that's going to have the magic for your life, be open for it. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be on the internet. It's not going to be some street. It's not going to be some influencer. It's not going to be. It's going to be the least expected time and place, and be open for it.
Yeah.
Because that is a human connection. And listen to that person. That's the one that's going to have your answers. That's going to be the one that has the it factor. That's going to you're going to feel that push forward. You're going to feel that push forward.
I would love.
Anyway, I'm just trying to say, be open for that person. Don't look for movie stars. Don't look for influencers. Don't look for a billionaire. Feel what they're saying to you.
Absolutely. I would love to get your thoughts on something because, as John was saying, I'm in a different bubble. Like, I study millennials and Gen Zs. I talk about them. I go through their research and what they do, how they're spending their money, just all of this different stuff. And few things that, we know about millennials and Gen Zs, they lack the ability to have a proper conversation. They, usually suffer from depression, anxiety. They don't get that human connection because they're always behind their phone or behind their computer. And even what you were saying before about gratitude, basically, being appreciative of what you have in the moment, and even those basics, a lot of them don't, see gratitude because they're comparing themselves to influencers on social media or wanting to be Kylie Jenner. And it's just certain things like that. And then they beat themselves up over it. So what would you say to them? And what are your thoughts on millennials and Gen Zs coming up because they struggle with these things? Is he frozen?
You there, Hanson? We lost him?
Oh, I don't even remember my question.
No, it's good. Let's go to a commercial then.
Okay.
Is that all right, Bob? Then we'll get him back.
Yeah, we'll go to commercial. I'll work on getting Anson back on.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, he's back.
Hi, I'm Michael Barish, managing partner of Barish, McGarry, Salzman, and Penson. We are honored to represent over 11,000 people in the 9/11 community. The people who work at my law firm can really relate to what the 9/11 community is going through because they're going through it too.
So my dad's name was Billy Gormley, and he was a fireman on 9/11.
My father also was a firefighter, and he did report down there as well on 9/11.
My dad, Alan, worked on the 104th floor of the second tower. He was an IT technician.
My father was a fire inspector.
My husband, his name is David Velez. He was a detective with the NYPD, and if I can help anybody that is going through exactly what I have gone through for the last 17, 18 years and make their life just a little bit better, then you know what? I love coming to work every single day.
You know, this is a genuine office. Like, people are really sincere.
The best part of my job is the clients. Every once in a while you'll hear in their voice how grateful they are for the work that we do.
We take this personally, and we will not rest unless we help everybody we can before this victim compensation fund ends in 2 years. And we will be fighting to get this thing extended past 2020 because cancer isn't going to stop afflicting the 9/11 community.
Okay, we have Anson back.
I don't know what happened.
Pavlina says she forgot her question.
Oh, great.
No, I think I remember part of it, but it won't be as good as like the first time. The first time was more of like my stream of consciousness.
Pavlina, ask your question, but I want to make sure we leave a little time for alert drops because I want
Yes.
Anson to talk about that.
Absolutely. Okay, so I'll ask it faster this time. Okay, I wanted to get your thoughts on. So what John was saying was I study millennials and Gen Zs. That's sort of my world. It's, I go on TV, I talk about them. I wrote a book. You know what I mean? Like my world is around studying what millennials and Gen Zs are going through, what they like, what they don't like, etc.
Yes.
And a couple things that I noticed that you were saying as far as like the human connection, that's sort of lost with millennials and Gen Zs because they're always behind their phones, they're always behind their, computer screens. Yes. They don't like to have interactions with, with each other because it's easier to just say something mean on the phone, right? Or there's social anxiety around going up to someone in person or on a phone call. You know what I mean? Like I know so many millennials and Gen Zs that don't even like to make phone calls. And it's like the art of conversation is also lost. And then going back to what you were saying about gratitude, and being appreciative of the basics, that is absolutely lost with millennials and Gen Zs. I think their lives have almost been too easy in a way. Because I also study past generations, and I'm just kind of like, like what your father went through, that is intense. Millennials and Gen Zs haven't had a lot of tragedies like that, except for, 9/11, like that monumental, but not like consecutive, all of that with like war, crazy wars and stuff. But what are your thoughts? So like a lot of them don't appreciate everything that they have or like the little things because they're always comparing each other on social media. That's kind of like the connection I was making with that. So what are your thoughts on that, first of all, with this upcoming generation? And what would you advise them to help them? Because human connection, I think, is so powerful and it's something that they're losing. And that's really unfortunate.
Well, human connection, we're human beings. It's everything.
Right.
We've created something that's like amazing and so destructive at the same time. It's like anything. It could be great and it can be bad. It's like a seed. Put it in the ground. And you see it grow. We've got to have millennials. We have to be much more tactile. We have to shut down the computer. You got to shut off the damn phone. You got to shut off and you got to like meet people and go, who are you really? And have that one-on-one conversation. Yeah. Things like right now, things are happening well, I wish if we were in a room, it would be just.
It would be so much better. Yes.
Like right now, I'm looking at you and I know I'd have a much warmer connection in a room. I know. And I know other things would happen. Stuff I know just in entertainment.
Right.
It's called The Room. When you do comedy, it's called The Room. and in that room, and there's like 12 crazy girls got around this table coming up with a fix for a scene, and it wouldn't happen like this. You got to be in there screaming. You got to be sweating. There's got to be that human connection, and all of a sudden, magic happens. Just and as a as a comedian, there's that it factor. It happens. You don't know where it came from, but all of a sudden, whoa! And you feel it, and the world feels it.
Right.
In fact, we're going to be bringing on the comic in a few minutes, but I just wanted to go back to your alert drops now.
Yes.
Now, your uncle was the gentleman who invented the Heimlich maneuver, right?
Yes. Well, he was my second cousin, but I call him uncle since I was born.
All right. So my first question to you is, when you saw each other at family outings, when you went to hug, did he hug from behind like this, or was it a hug like this?
He would if I needed it.
All right.
You know what's funny? The year he passed away at the age of 96.
Wow.
Almost like over 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But guess what? The first time he used it himself to save a life, he was 96 in his retirement home, and he saved a lady's life with the Heimlich maneuver months before he passed away.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And by the way, and he's in the I think Guinness Book of Records as as the most lives saved by a single individual.
All right, so we're going to bring on the comic in a few minutes, but I wanted to get to alert drops.
Okay, well, alert drops.
What's that?
Oh no, alert drops. Oh, okay, I'll very quickly because I know you don't have a lot of time.
Go.
So, no alert. I mean, it's well, the Heimlich maneuver. I have to go on the show with you again because Happy Days is a major reason the Heimlich maneuver is part of the social fabric today. No one knows the story. But anyway, aside from that, alert drops. It started with drowsy driving. I almost fell. I fell asleep at the wheel many years ago after a hard day of directing. But I thank God I didn't kill anyone or myself. And Dr. Heimlich, Hank said, who's an expert on basic things, how the body works with the body. He said, have cut up lemons, bite into the lemons when you feel exhausted. And he said the citric acid sour lemon hits the lingual nerve on top of your tongue. The reflex reaction of the body is adrenaline. You're up, you're alert, nothing in your system. It's just like going to the doctor with reflex action, reaction.
Right.
This is tongue and brain, same thing. The reflex reaction, sensory connection is adrenaline. So I did that for years. Then I went into the product business with entertainment, trying to create problem-solving products. I had this idea of, and I also educated myself on how catastrophic drowsy driving is. It's catastrophic. More deaths, more tragedies than drunk or medicated combined. Also, there's a huge problem, just exhaustion in the country. Just exhaustion. Kids studying all night, taking all this crap to try to stay awake. And so it goes way beyond drowsy driving. It goes beyond any time you need to be safe and alert in your life. And I called Dr. Heimlich. I said, what if we do a spray drop? What if we just make it literally a superpowered lemon and a spray and just hit the top of the tongue, lingual nerve? And he said, help you, you will save more lives in maneuver. This is important. Get it done. So we created alert drops. There's this little spray. I didn't even have it. And a little spray, you start feeling, just spray it on top of your tongue. Boop, you're up, you're alert. Very old science. All we did was make a better scooter. So if people go to alertdrops.com, they can read why it works, how safe it is. MIT did a study on citric acid, sour lemon 50 years ago. Again, we made a better scooter. Simple cure for exhaustion when you need to be alert. Simple. All because of Dr. Heimlich. And by the way, we've been honored by the United States Congress, California State Senate, LA Fire Department. I mean, we've helped. And during this COVID situation, not only did we donate thousands to frontliners who were working 17 hours a day, exhausted. It's been a huge help for it's called isolation fatigue in terms of just homes. So anyway, I don't want to but if people go to alertdrops.com, they can read all about it. It's very reasonable. And what I tell people, if you can't afford it or you don't want alert drop to spray, please, God, have cut up. If you're in any kind of situation where you need to be alert, have cut up lemons, and then take Dr. Heinleich's advice. Bite into it. It will hit the lingual nerve. It will save your life.
Awesome.
Very simple.
Would you, we're having our 4-hour almost gala on May 22nd, our only fundraiser for the Laughter Saves Lives Foundation.
Yes.
I would love for you to come on for like just 15 minutes and talk about some of the stuff we didn't today. Just consider it. It's May 22nd, 6 to 10 p.m.
I'm on.
Oh, you are awesome.
If you're helping people, I'm on.
We have a comic coming on. Would you stay on the audience? So she has an audience. You, me, we'll bring Janlyn back, and we'll be an audience for Keisha.
Sure.
All right, awesome. So let's do we need to go to commercial? Let's bring Keisha on. Like amnesia. Keisha. There she is. So we can make Keisha big on the screen, and the rest of us could be the audience. Okay, Keisha.
Hi, you guys. Oh my God.
How are you?
I'm doing great, John. Thanks for having me on the show, and nice to meet you, Anson. And
nice meeting you.
Wow, this blew my mind.
Well, good.
Oh my God, I saved my ex-husband with the Heimlich maneuver.
Did you?
Was that a good thing? Was that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, it was good at the moment. Oh my! What would you like me to tell you the story quickly?
Sure. If you'd like.
Okay, so we were out to dinner with his parents because that's all we did, and they lived in Florida. And so all of a sudden, my husband was like, "Oh my God, I have a fish bone in my neck."
Oh.
And I was like, "Oh my God!" And he really started choking. So I go, Guy, his name was Guy. My mom was like, what a weird name. Like, hi, there's a guy on the street. Anyway, so we run to the bathroom, and I literally said, bend over, and I gave him the Heimlich maneuver. It took a few times, and then all of a sudden, a fish bone goes right out mouth, and he picked it up. He's like, and it was big. And then this is phenomenal because this didn't just save one life, it saved two. So we go back to the dinner table. He's like, you didn't believe me, Mom and Dad? Check this out. And they're like, oh my God, I kid you not. A week later, we're having dinner again because we're in Florida. And his mom starts choking on a tomato. And she's literally like this big, right? Like super teeny. And my husband goes, Keisha, do the Heimlich. So I go behind her. I'm like, I'm going to break her. And she's literally choking where she's doing the whole thing. Wow. And I go, Guy, you got to do it. I'm too afraid. He steps in, bam, gives her the Heimlich. The tomato goes shooting right out of her mouth. And she's like, oh my God, thank you. So your uncle, the Heimlich maneuver saved two people.
Oh, they're going to learn how to chew.
Awesome.
I think that family should learn how to chew, you know?
I know, apparently.
So do you have some yucks for us?
Sure.
Go for it.
Oh my God, thank you so much. You know, I really do have to buy Pavlina's book because I think your book is not only for the Gen Xers and all that and the Zers or whatever, they're also good for stand-up comics. It's also good for stand-up comics.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I swear, if I could say, you guys got really deep and heavy, and I love this show. I'm so grateful to be on it. And if I just wish, like, if I looked back at myself when I was younger, I would have started saying, Keisha, stop partying, start saving. Like, that's one thing that I could look back on and go, you know, not being the party girl that you are, but that's what people that are hyperactive do, right?
You're hyperactive?
Yeah, a little bit. I know, and I haven't even had any coffee today. This is why I'm divorced.
Don't blame it on yourself.
What? No.
Don't blame it on yourself.
My ex-husband was so mellow. My dad was like, oh my God, any more mellow, you'll be in a coma.
Well, there's the very, well, yeah.
And, like, you know, don't get me wrong. I got married for all the right reasons. I'm kind of like a guy. I like eye candy, and he was an Italian piece of eye candy. And, you know, and I realized that, like, I knew what social distancing was. Before COVID, everyone's like, oh, I can't stand social distancing. I'm like, what's the big deal? I was married. Yeah. You know, but we got married for all the right reasons, like I told you. And he was kind of like a hot Italian sausage. And then he would serve me his best Italian cannoli.
Hello.
But then after 1 year of marriage, he took his cannoli off the menu.
Oh.
Yeah, for 9 years, I didn't have dessert. And I didn't even lose weight. But, and to this day, I still get a little turned on when I see a cannoli.
You want what you can't have.
Yeah, I know. And I've been single, like solo single, not dating single for, oh my God, you guys, I think 8 years. I'm just too busy. I don't have time to get involved with anybody. And yeah, so that's just the deal. I don't know where I'm going with that one, but you guys are making me miss New York City so much. Like when I go to New York I live in LA, okay? I'm originally from Buffalo, New York.
Oh, Canada.
I'm sorry.
Canada.
Yeah, the bad side.
Pretty much. Yeah, I know, right? And everyone's
right.
like, Buffalo's the ugly side of the Niagara Falls.
Yeah, totally.
Canada's better. And I'm like, yeah, well, we got chicken wings.
That's true. That you got a point.
Yeah. Yeah, like I seriously want to be buried in hot fudge with a side of chicken wings and a 6-pack of Labatt's. That's from Canada. But, yeah, that's it. Yeah. And in Buffalo, we have do you guys like chocolate?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm a chocoholic. I would drive my mom nuts because I would crave chocolate so much. She'd throw me in the station wagon and hand me like a $10 bill. Go get some chocolate. So I couldn't understand what Sweet 16 was all about because I was like, Mom, Sweet 16 should be sweet. Like, we should empty the pool and put chocolate fudge from Kinderel's in it, and then you and Dad throw my friends and I just vanilla ice cream. And we can be like pack women going, nom, 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 eating all the vanilla chocolate. Oh my God, that was my dream. She's like, that's not what a Sweet 16 is all about. I'm like, well, I don't want my party.
Keisha, we're gonna wrap it up right there. So, all right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for. It took us like 3 days to get the time straightened out. The LA difference in time. You know, I was. She's like, you mean, and you know, even when you text, it still sounds like your voice. Anson Williams, thank you so much, my friend, for coming on.
Thank
again.
you. Thank you. Yeah.
And we'll set it up for May 22nd.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Pavlina, thank you so much. I love you. You were awesome.
Thank you, John. Always love coming on. I always love seeing you guys, talking to everyone. You guys are amazing.
Jonlyn, thank you. Thank you for taking the time tonight.
The same. Love you, John.
All right. We'll see you next week on Laughter Saves Lives. Live. I'm going to the diner. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Leather gloves, we're slapping in hands. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. He's chasing the beer that circle the lips. Play ball, play ball. faces and smack it right over the wall.
Play ball.
Play ball.